have those vendors inside. You're not taking this huge financial risk of running the whole thing. You have a butcher, and you have a baker, and you have a produce person, and you rent out kiosks. You guys wanted to brainstorm. Somebody has to build the building up. Well, and not shoulder the whole risk, make the risk be little independent businesses inside of this complex, and then the community will tell those people what they want to support, what they want to buy, and if they don't like that guy's meat, the next guy will come in and they'll have his kind of meat. Yeah. But you know, now you're taking one big thing and you're creating 50 small businesses within, and you know, it's just a different business model, but this whole financial risk thing, get beyond it. Think about some other way to do it.
That's a great idea. That's exactly the kind of creative solution that
Westside Market's been in business how many millions of years?
And if you know you're interested in participating in that sort of situation, we'd love to talk to our people. We'd love to talk to them.
All right, we have someone over here, and we promise we're trying to get to everyone.
I want to know who owns the property down here.
Which property? This property where the grocery store?
It's always on now.
Totally is on down. Chipotle. This building is owned by Albrecht Inc.
Okay, then what about the next one?
This is First Merrick, and then this parcel is owned by the city.
Who owns the property?
The city. The building also, that two-story building over there is owned by the city?
The building was constructed by Albrecht Incorporated. The city owns the land. It was constructed in accordance with the larger joint development agreement.
Okay, so the
property.
Who collects the rent?
Who gives the rent?
There's a property tax.
They pay property tax. They have to pay property tax, although the city may be careful with the city. But beyond that, I'm pretty sure that the lease agreement calls for Albrecht to pay for the property tax. I'm almost positive of it. Correct.
Chipotle.
Chipotle is owned by Albrecht Incorporated.
I was disappointed. Yes, it's a family restaurant. Some people go. But that would have been an ideal location for the store. We don't want, you're wanting ideas for the future here. We don't want anything but a grocery store right now.
Right.
Then build it, and the other ones will come and build on the smaller places.
Okay.
Don't leave us empty-handed.
Okay. Thank you. That's creative.
What is the class of square footage?
The classic square footage?
Cost of square footage. What is the cost of
building
square
out?
footage?
For renting?
Yes. That seems to be one of the big problems.
For the grocery stores?
Specifically for the grocery store, is that your question, or for?
For the building that you own next to Merrick, that you rent, what is the square footage cost of it?
Currently we have one vacancy in the
No,
Chipotle building.
Yeah.
This
You're
building?
renting that, right?
We're not renting that building out right now.
What are you asking for it?
What are we asking for it?
Yeah.
We're not trying to.
We're not trying to lease it out, because some of the models for the grocery store that we've been investigating involve incorporating that building into the floor layout.
And so we're not yet.
So if we lease it out, it hurts our flexibility, and we don't want to do that.
But if you did lease it,
Why was it built in the first place?
because it was an obligation under the agreement and the bodies that was associated with it. It was an obligation under the agreement. Under the lease agreement? The smaller building.
It was.
Well, it was.
It was not because that's the way Albrecht
I
Inc. wanted to do it.
I can find this section for you. It is an obligation under the lease agreement. So it was started, and then as Albrecht Inc. saw the difficulty that was being encountered, bringing a grocer in, they didn't pursue leasing it because they wanted to keep the options open, as Joe said.
I have another, that leads to my other question. 3 years ago, my daughter moved to North Hill and we shopped at the small Acme on Talmadge Avenue. What was the square footage of that building?
The old Acme 8 store is about 16,400 square feet.
Okay. There was no deli, there was no bakery in there. The neighborhood was completely happy with that grocery store. You broke their heart when you moved out. However, 6 months later, there's a Save-A-Lot in there, and they're booming.
That's a good point.
So So,
Your question?
what was the square footage price of that building?
The square footage price? Well, we have a lease in place on that building right now, and I can't share specific financial
But
information.
you're leasing it to Save-A-Lot, is that correct?
Yes,
The
Albrecht
Acme
Incorporated leases the old Acme store to Save-A-Lot.
Okay.
Is Dave's supermarket interested at all? Dave's, Cleveland-based?
Have they been asked?
Have they been asked?
Dave's is a part of Giant Eagle, right? Yeah,
Is Giant
Dave's is Giant Eagle, and Giant Eagle has declined.
Okay.
They do not want to open. Now, there are two people who've had their hands up forever. So this gentleman in the back, and then this woman.
Pretty good.
I think the lady had an excellent idea with spreading the thing. In fact, it's already been done. I believe if you go down to Hartville is what she is describing. And same thing with the East Side Market in Cleveland. And I had a question for this gentleman from the city. The lady brought up the question with Freshway, and it is a huge expense. It's a specific build out, as Joe pointed out, and there are financial considerations. They're a smart outfit. Is there, and the city would know this either through city, or federal grant money that would help a viable prospective tenant in assisting them with build out costs to any of the representatives from the city.
Yeah, we've done that with 2 grocery stores. We did it with the Days on James Street, and we did the same thing with Henry's. So we've done that. But you know what I think? These folks want a grocery store. I don't think there's no getting around it. No matter whatever you say, they're not going to be happy until they get a grocery store. And what we need to do is get together. And I know the mayor wants to get this done too, because the mayor is tired of getting everybody's emails. I know I get them in the middle of the night. Some of like y'all don't sleep, because y'all emailing us late at night. But we need to really sit down and try to come up with something. But listen, you can keep asking what you're asking them. You're just gonna make them madder. They want a store. And listen, and we got to come with a way to give them a store.
And that's what we're trying to get at, and that's a good point. Which the next point, but I don't think we've really discussed fully is everyone's always imagined the grocery store to be here.
Yes.
Yes. Have to be there in their mind.
Yes.
If came up, if a grocer walked in and said, "I'd build a grocery store in Highland Square, but it's got to be 12,000, 14,000 square feet." Obviously, that's not going to accommodate it.
Then we find somebody else.
I'm sorry, that could accommodate it. You could, there is more than 10,000 square feet there. If you lose a couple of parking spaces, it can be done.
Right.
No question in my mind.
And most grocers, I'm speaking about things that I'm only not that deeply familiar with as far as grocery stores, but grocery stores typically are square, rectangular shape. And
That's absolutely wrong.
Come on, be real.
My question was, would you be open to another location?
No.
Wait. Why? Yes, sir. What?
Where?
What else?
Where?
Yeah, I'm asking you, what do you think? Do you see any?
Are you asking us, or are you suggesting tearing down the theater?
No.
Now, some of us where else?
Let's get back to, just because when everybody starts talking, it's really hard for us to understand what you're saying. So if we could, there is a question about location. If anybody has any input on ideas for different locations, or if something different would work, and there are other people who have thoughts, and we promise her next. But just out there on the table is, if there are other locations, feel free to share them.
This isn't a location thing. I just want to comment that I've lived here in Highland Square for about 50 years, more than that. And I always bought groceries for a lot of dinner meals and all that. But you have 2 people in this room that worked at Star, so I bet you they could give you an idea of how many people bought dinner, who bought meal kinds of things as opposed to accessory items.
Okay, well that's a great comment.